Love scenario. Catherine has been heartbroken from a past relationship, and she's been lonely for a while. It's to a point where this new year is approaching, and she decides, you know what? This January, I'm going to see a psychic. So she sees a psychic, Mrs. Lee, and Mrs. Lee tells her, I sense that your soulmate is going to have a C or a K and a J or a G. So think a cuh sound or a j sound. And Catherine's like, when? When am I going to meet him? And Mrs. Lee says, I sense that it's going to be October or November of this year. And Catherine's like, that's the end of the year and this is the beginning of the year. Can't he come sooner? I've been heartbroken for a while and I need to find the one. And Mrs. Lee says, if you start caring for yourself and you start loving yourself, then perhaps he might come earlier. So Catherine has lunch with her girlfriends and tells them that Mrs. Lee said that my soulmate is going to have a C or a K and a J or a G. And her girlfriends are like, Catherine, like, you technically could date whomever you want up until you meet this K or J sounding name. Think about it. Once you meet him and he's the one, then you really can't be dating anyone else because he's the one that will lead to a marriage and thus being the permanent one until the rest of your life. So you should take the opportunity to start dating everyone else who maybe likes you, or maybe you have some feelings for them, but you know it's not going to be permanent. Why not have fun and have the free dinners and free drinks and just don't take it beyond that? And Catherine thought, you know what? Maybe I should. So she first starts off with a couple of dating apps and she's intentionally looking for K names and J names, but none of them really seem to be some vibe of oh, I really think that this guy could be the one. So she starts dating every other kind of name. It doesn't matter. It's just throughout the whole year. And at some point before October, she finds a man named Nick. And she really starts liking Nick. It goes beyond just a first date. And she knows his name doesn't begin with a C like Chris, or a K like Kyle, or even a J or G like Justin or George. It's just Nicholas. And she's really falling for Nicholas to a point where she's wondering, can he be the one and the psychic was wrong? But throughout that whole year of her just not being mopey and sad over this past breakup and being single, she's gone out in the world and started having fun at dating and just exploring and not being lonely. She started loving herself. One thing that she realized when she started taking things seriously with Nick, she discovers he only wears CK Calvin Klein underwear. And eventually, she realizes, Nick, not only do you wear Calvin Klein, I just realized the end of your name ends with a CK. And just for the JG purposes, we're going to say maybe his middle name has always been George. But Nick becomes her soulmate.